Very pleased with our guys. I thought we did a lot of really good things. Obviously, it's a lot to clean up, but proud of them. Thought we stayed focused for the most part. But like any early season game, you gotta, iron some kinks out, and I know we will, because I know how important winning is to the guys. But was glad that I got to play a lot of people, everybody. And everybody scored for the most part. And
everyone scored.
Everybody scored, and so we got some things to clean up, but very pleased with our effort.
Very good. Questions?
You went with the platoon subbing to start the game. That was something at least I was looking for, like who was going to be the five, but I'm sure you won't put too much weight into who the five was tonight or even going forward. But specifically from Shaquem Phillips' standpoint, he comes in the game and immediately hits a jumper. Was there a conversation with the guy who, starts 2 CAA championships and trying to convince him like tonight coming off the bench is the best look? Or
no, that wasn't. He's fine with whatever. Like he's so bought in. But he just came off injury, and he didn't practice all week. He practiced a couple days, but leading up to the game. So Nolan had been starting, so we just went with that lineup. And I talked to Shaquem before and told him that I was going to start him in the second half, but he's fine. All he cares about is winning.
On the flip side of that, it just really shows the talent and the depth of the team to be able to just run 10 guys out there, basically subbing them in every 3 minutes or so. Just, what you're looking for when you're creating these lineups and, ironing out these matchups. What are the biggest things that you're looking for?
The biggest thing that I'm looking for is for our energy not to waver. Getting those guys in 3-minute increments and making sure that they're doing our system 100%. Denying, pressing, doing all the things that we like to do, running the floor. The biggest thing with going 5 in and 5 out was trying to make sure our energy didn't waver and that we were focused in on doing our jobs.
We got to see a couple of newcomers tonight, KJ and Shamar. Can you talk about the abilities of those guys and what each of them bring to the team?
Yeah, obviously with KJ, you can see his ability to make shots from 3. His pull-up is pretty much automatic. He's an elite shooter. I've said that ever since he arrived on campus. So he brings a different element to our group. Like he's a sniper and something that we needed. Outside of that, he goes in there and gets rebounds. He dives on the floor. He makes the right play. He competes on the defensive end. So he's a very valuable piece to what we're doing. And then Shamar, he changes the game with his speed. On both ends of the floor, pushing it on offense, being a pest on defense. So both of those guys are going to play a huge role in our success.
I asked the Trezarian and Donovan, 18:28 left in the second half. You called a timeout in subs, went with 4 new guys. Just talk a little bit about what you were trying to set right then and there at that point.
Well, so those guys, they set out to end the half, and so they should have been fresh, and I expected them to bring a lot of energy and juice, to start the second half, and they didn't. They started off, they scored, Mount Olive scored 2 straight buckets because we didn't deny the elbow catches, and then we just, we didn't provide any resistance, and then we gave up a couple of offensive rebounds while they were out there, so I didn't like that, and I expect that group to be better. And they will, and they were better when I put them back in, but they know that's unacceptable.
They said the same thing.
Yeah.
But the group you did put in, 18-2 run. Just talk about the spark you got from those guys.
That's exactly what we needed. They were tough. They dove on the floor for loose balls. They got rebounds. They shared it on offense. All the things that we preach every day, and they brought a lot of energy.
Very good, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, sorry, one more.
Just, just in your words, we asked the players this too. A literal next man up mentality. You're playing that many players. Just talk about for the culture and even just a competitiveness aspect of what having this many players that are this good and they're going to play this hard. And like you just talked about, if you don't play this hard, you're coming out of the game.
Yeah. So before we came out, the last talk I had with them, I only had one key, and that was I put team, their strength in the unit, and then play for the name on the front of the jersey. That's all I told them. If we can do that all year, because we are talented, we are deep, if we can do that all year, we'll be successful. So all they care about is winning. They know when we assembled this group that we were going to be talented, and guys weren't going to be playing 30, 35 minutes. So they know what's, the main mission is to win games. That's it.